This is Coach Jordan Smotherman. I'm going to talk about breathing and common mistakes and breathing in athletes when they're lifting. Really the easiest way to think about breathing is to think about your chest like a half-filled Coke can, or Coke bottle I should say. If you close the bottle, you can kind of squeeze it, and there's some pressure in there because of the carbonation releasing out of the liquid, but if you shake it up, then it gets really tight. So just regular breathing is like a closed Coke bottle. And then whenever you breathe in and you hold it, that's like shaking it up. You get a lot of pressure inside of there, and it's harder to squeeze, it's harder to flex that Coke bottle. And then the last part of that Coke bottle analogy would be if you like shook it up and then opened it, then all that pressure release at once and be really easy to crush or to fold the Coke bottle. That's like letting go of your breath during a lift. So what we want to see from our athletes whenever they're doing really any lift, especially front squats, bench press, hinge, really any lift, even if you're doing an Olympic movement like a hang clean or squat clean plus push press, anything like that, you want to have a good breath to generate what they call intra-abdominal pressure, basically the pressure from your pelvic floor up to your collarbones. Any change in pressure in here, any increase in pressure is going to be felt throughout the whole system because it's a closed system in there. So, for example, on bench, what we want to see is an athlete unrack it, take a couple steps back, nice big breath, go through the movement, and then release it. So, a big breath is like this, and it's very different than this. That kind of short, choppy breath, and it's also very different than this. The dainty nose breath. You don't want any dainty nose breaths. Take a big breath in with your mouth. Then release it. That's going to help. The breath is going to help you maintain tension in your upper body and along your spine. Our legs are built to hold a lot of weight. They've got a bone going right down into the ground, but our upper body only has really one rigid structure, which is our spine. And all the muscles are there to support your spine and to hold it up. We can use our breath as a way to increase the pressure in this cavity just to support the spine and the muscles that are supporting the spine a little bit more. And sometimes it's only a marginal gain, but that margin is the difference between, you know, making a movement and not making a movement, or making a movement safely and not making a movement safely. The last thing about breathing that I'll say, and I'll kind of show you here on bench, is that another real advantage of breathing when it's done properly is that it paces the lift for you. So you're not just pressing them out too fast or taking too much time. So if I were going to do bench press and I were going to use my breathing to pace it, I get my setup here, get everything settled, unrack, take a breath. You can see how I'm moving because my breath is consistent, I'm moving at a consistent pace. And that prepares my body to take that tension and to have the same tension through each rep. It keeps me consistent, which keeps my pressing performance or any sort of lifting performance consistent. So that's breathing, and that's why we use it.